Sometimes I forget and take for granted where I live. And I think I'll share some of this with you folks. This is typical desert out here in the area near my home. This is Joya. And it's sometimes called silver Joya or jumping Joya. And it's called jumping Joya because if you touch these little branches that are on here, they'll stick to you. And the reason they do that is because animals get them stuck to themselves and they walk around and these little branches fall off and they sprout new plants. And you end up with a nice field of them like we've got right here. And this is jojoba, and it gets a nut on it that's edible. There's both male and female plants, so of course the female is the one that's going to get the nut on it. And they can be eaten in an emergency out here. It's kind of cool. This odd looking thing is a cactus skeleton. And that's what happens to a Joya after it dies. And a lot of people collect these and make lights out of them and crafts and other kind of stuff. Kind of interesting. Greasewood or creosote bush. It's about one of the only things that won't get you out here as far as thorn goes. But the downside of it is if you run over the lower end of these things, the wood's so hard it'll rip the sidewalls right out of your tires and leave you stranded, which is never good. This is a critter burrow. I'm not sure what kind of critter's down in this one. Maybe a badger. Not sure. Not sure, but it's a pretty good size burrow. It goes off to the left and down quite a ways there. I don't think I'm going to bother whoever's in there. Saguaro Cactus, you can see those off in the distance there, that tall one. And right here we've got the Burl cactus. That's the one everybody says you can cut in half and get water out of. I still think that's kind of a myth. I've never seen anybody actually do it on a survival show or anything. Just not sure. I'm sure not going to try it. Probably don't taste very good. Lots more Joya in here. You really got to watch where you walk. These things will go right into your shoes. And we're walking on volcanic material here. But you can see there's quartz mixed in with it, laying on top, along with some ironstone and other metamorphic material and intrusives. Right, here's an interesting pegmatitic granite right here with muscovite mica in it. Kind of a cool rock. And somebody's dig hole. At least they made an attempt to fill it in. Now, this is typical ground that we hunt. And here's a young saguaro right next to a barrel cactus. You can clearly see the difference. Right, the barrel cactus has flat thorns that curve on the tips. They're quite sharp, but they don't point straight out like they do on the saguaro. This is a young saguaro. It's probably, oh geez, I'm going to say 30 years old or so. And we got another type of Joya over here. It's either staghorn, probably, possibly elkhorn. I think it's staghorn around these parts though. So there you go. There's a quick view of what we deal with out here, and I really like the desert. That's a dead saguaro with a skeleton exposed right there. And here we have what's called Mormon tea. You can actually make drinkable tea out of those sticks when they're greener, I think. Maybe even when they're dried, I'm not sure. Arizona, my friends. If you ever get a chance to visit, I think it should be on your bucket list. – 'n' I get shooter out with the 1 2 – 3 – 4 – 5 – 6 – 7 – 8 – 9 – 10 – 11 – 12 – 13 – 14 – 15 – 16 – 17 – 18 – 19 – 20 – 21 – 22 – 23 – 24 – 25 – 26 – 27 – 28 – 29 – 30 – 31 – 32 – 33 – 34 – 35 – 36 – 37 – 38 – 39 – 40 – 41 – 42 – 43 – 44 – 45 – 46 – 47 – 48 – 49 – 50 – 51 – 52 – 53 – 54 – 55 – 56 – 57 – 58 – 59 – 60 – 61 – 62 – 63 – 64 – 65 – 66 – 67 – 68 – 69 – 70 – 71 – 72 – 73 – 74 – 75 – 76 – 77 – 78 – 79 – 80 – 81 – 82 – 83 – 84 – 85 – 86 – 87 – 88 – 89 – 90 – 91 – 92 – 93 – plant lesson.